Hello everyone, my name is Shubham back with a new video, and you know that we are doing our cybersecurity learning roadmap series, and in that we are starting with our first learning path, which is pre-security. And in this module we have done a lot of rooms and modules that we have done so far, and today we are going to do our new room, which is Windows Basics. So let me quickly go into this room and press the join room button, and you know that it's not a premium room, and you can follow along with me because this is a free room. So just go and turn on your laptop, PC, whatever you want, and start learning with me. So in this Windows Basics room, we will learn a lot of things about Windows, because at the end, what we have to hack is Windows, because most of the people use the Windows. So only the tech persons and hackers use Linux. But nowadays, mostly what we see is Windows operating systems. So at the end, our main goal is to hack a Windows computer system. So what we have to do today is Windows Basics, and let's go into the first task, which is introduction. Let me zoom a little bit. Every operating system has its own personality, and if you have used a computer at school, work, or home, there is a good chance you have already met the most familiar one, which is Windows Basics. You know that I told you that Microsoft Windows is used majority of the time by the public. Behind the scenes manager that keeps all device running smoothly. Now it's time to step into a real example and see the previously learned concepts take shape on a system you may already recognize. In this room, you will get hands-on experience with the Windows interface and begin building practical skills that will lay the foundation for the subsequent rooms of the module. So, scenario. In this room, you will take on the role of a new employee starting your first day at TryHackMe. Not HackMe, TryHackMe. Maybe this is the child company of TryHackMe. Let's assume that. Once you log in to your workstation, you will get to know the Windows desktop, learn how the interface works, open tools from the start menu, and find your way through company folders. Your supervisor will guide you in creating and organizing files, changing system settings, checking the task manager, and reviewing basics security settings. By the end of these onboarding tasks, you should feel comfortable using Windows and handling the daily tasks you will be expected to handle. Let me down the volume so that we are not getting annoyed by the unusual notification. Learning objectives. Navigate the Windows graphical interface, including the desktop, tasks, bar, and start menu. Use File Explorer to browse folders, understand file paths, and organize files effectively. Check system settings and personalize the Windows environment using the Settings app. Use basic system tools like Task Manager and Windows Security to monitor performance and verify system protection. So what are the prerequisites for this room is these three, and we have done all three rooms in our previous videos. I strongly encourage you to check those videos before coming to this room so that strings get attached. Machine access. Click the Start Lab Machine button below to launch the machine, and the machine is Windows Server 2019 workstation. Let me click these buttons because it takes some time to load, and let me make it full screen by this icon and get back exit from here. I understand the learning objective and I am ready to learn about Windows. Yes, we are ready. Now the task 2 is exploring the Windows workspace. Before Windows had its current polished look, Microsoft's operating system were much simpler. Early computer ran MS-DOS, which showed a black screen where you had to type commands instead of clicking icons. In 1985, Microsoft released Windows 1.1 and Basic Graphical User Interface GUI, built on top of DOS, introducing Windows menus and mouse controls to personal computers. Over time, Windows has added more features which turned the original shell into a complete operating system. Today, the modern Windows OS is the result of those changes. Let's dive into Windows and see how the operating system concepts you learned about in the previous room present themselves in the world's most widely used desktop operating system. That's what I'm telling you. World's most widely used operating system. Let me see if our machine is up 89%. So these are the three examples. So this is the version 1 of Windows which is 19 which comes in 1985. You can see we have very very low looking graphics, and they upgraded to Windows ME 2000, and currently we are using Windows 11. Logging in and authentication. Before gaining access to the Windows desktop, you must authenticate. Prove your identity to the system. The authentication process verifies your identity and determines the actions you are allowed to take once logged in. When a Windows system starts, it displays a login screen where a user account must be selected and authenticated with a password, PIN, or another verification method. Each user is assigned a set of permission levels that determine their access to files, settings, and system functionality. Windows commonly use the account type below. So these are the three account types that we usually see. If you are using your workspace, you can also see these three accounts. So first one is guest, second one is standard, and the third one which is the most privileged account, which is administrator. Now let's describe first, that is guest, a restricted account intended for temporary access with minimal permissions and no ability to change system settings. So if you are a guest user, you have a very less privileges on that computer. Standard, a user account for everyday tasks such as running applications and changing personal settings without access to system wide changes. Now administrator, a privileged account with full control over the system, including software installation, configuration changes, and user management. Upon setting up the machine in the previous task, you are automatically logged in using an administrator account. This will allow you to explore system settings, install programs, and perform administrative actions without being restricted by permissions limitations. So maybe this is the machine that we will use for this task. Now let's go further. The Windows desktop. In the last room of this module, we explored the comparison of an operating system to an airport, and you will going to see this comparison, or if you have watched that video, you know the comparison what we have done in our previous video. Let's continue with the analogy. If you, the user, are a passenger and the login screen represents the airport security checkpoint, you can consider the desktop to be the airport terminal. After entering, it is the first area you gain access to, and all other subsequent areas branch out from this point. So here we are seeing again the airport example. Now, let's have a look at the Windows desktop and cover some of its core features together. When you first log in, you have presented with two main areas. The first one is the desktop and the second one is taskbar. The main workspace where files, folders, and shortcuts live, that is desktop, and the taskbar, a control strip that provides access to applications, system tools, settings, and notifications. So we are talking about this thing where my cursor is pointing right now. This is the taskbar. Let's break these down further to get a better picture. Please note that the instance used in this room and the screenshot below are using Windows Server 2019. While newer Windows versions may differ slightly, these core components and concepts remains consistent. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to discuss with the help of this picture. So the first thing is desktop icons, shortcuts to items like the recycle bin folders and frequently used application. It is fully customizable. So we are talking about this thing, the icons that we can see in our desktop. So these are customizable. You can delete and put new shortcuts in your desktop. The second one is start menu, primary way to access applications, settings, and power options. From here, you can log out, restart, or power off your machine. Now, it's the second thing, that is this Windows button. If you press or click this button, it will see some of the options that we are just discussed right now. So these are some of the applications that we can see. If I press this button, it will tell you to log, sleep, shut down, or restart. Now let's go further, that is search. Quickly find applications, files, folders, and system settings by using keywords. So we have this search bar button. I also have that button, but I make it hidden. So if we go to taskbar settings and if we click this hide to icon only, you can see this button. So you can search by quickly typing whatever you want to search, or which application that you want to search, you can type here and you can see that. Let me hide it again because I don't want that button. Now let's go to the fourth thing, that is task view. Allows you to see all currently open windows and quickly switch between them. So I also remove that button because what I use to navigate between windows is alt and tab. You can see I can navigate these things by this. So now let's go further. The fifth thing is pinned applications and folders. Your most used applications and folders can be pinned here. So these are some of the applications that I uh, frequently use. So I put them in my taskbar. You just have, what you have to do that is just go there and drag and drop it to your taskbar, and you can see this shows here. So this is how you can pin your favorite applications to taskbar in order to access them fastly. Now, the sixth thing is network and audio settings. This section can be customized to suit your needs. So now we are talking about this thing, which is sixth one. So you can see I managed my uh, icons like this. So these are some of the icons that we use, not we use, that I use. So this is what is a network and audio settings. You can go into settings of each of these. So if I can click on NVIDIA, you can see it will open up that panel. It's not opening. Okay, so you can see this is the NVIDIA control panel that I have opened from here. So now go to the seventh point, which is date and time. Opens up to a full calendar. Date and time settings can be accessed here. So if you press on this time uh, that you are seeing on the right side of your screen, you can see a calendar and notifications. All that thing goes here. Now the eighth thing is notification that I showed you just now. Displays computer and application notifications. Network and other settings can also be accessed from here. So let's go further. Start menu. When using Windows, The start menu can be accessed by clicking the Windows icon located at the bottom left of the taskbar. If we consider the Windows desktop to be an airport terminal, the start menu is the departure board or information desk. It is the area where we see what is available: apps, files, folder settings, and power options. You can think of it as a quick access menu. So if you press on Windows button, the thing that is going to appear on your desktop is a start menu. So you can go wherever you want to go from here. Now let's go further. Built-in tools and applications. Windows ships with many useful built-in tools and applications that you will use daily. Beyond the wide range of settings available to manage your system, Windows also includes simple but powerful tools such as Notepad for editing text files and File Explorer for navigating and managing files. These tools are available immediately and form the foundation of everyday Windows usage. All of them can be accessed via the Start menu and search bar. The inbuilt tools on Windows are like airport services and amenities, the things already available in the terminal to help you get tasks done. So these are some of the applications that you can see in order to perform some calculation. You can use calculator in order to search your files. You can use search button, or you can go to File Explorer in order to write something and save. You can use Notepad, and if you want to paint something, you can do it on the Paint application. Getting system information. Windows includes a built-in settings application that allows you to configure and view information about your system. To get to know your new work PC better, we will start by investigating the machine we are working with. Within the settings app, there is a helpful section called About Your PC that provides key details about the system. A shortcut to About Your PC has been created on the desktop. Open it now. Alternatively, you can practice using the Start menu or search feature to locate it. So, this is the machine and it says reconnecting to the machine. Let me wait for it. So, you can see we have this About Your PC icon here. So, let me double click on it, and the About Your PC page provides an overview of security, device, and operating systems information. We will use this information to become familiar with our environment and begin answering the first question of this task. So, we will use that information to answer some of the questions that we are going to see down here. Now, the next thing is file exploration and management. Great. Now we have an understanding of the system we are working with. Let's take a look at how Windows handles file exploration and management as we access some of the onboarding documents for your new position. Before we dive into using File Explorer, let's quickly cover how Windows organizes files and directories. Windows uses a hierarchical folder structure, meaning folders can contain other folders and files inside them. This structure helps keep data organized and makes it easier to locate information as systems grow larger. Common locations such as the desktop, documents, and downloads serve as primary directories for storing files. Within these locations, subfolders are used to group related files together. Understanding this layout will make navigating the system and managing files much easier. So we will going to see that too. So this is the About the PC button that we have clicked just now. Your PC is monitored and protected. Virus protection is not maybe active. So it shows the cross button here, and we are good with the firewall, application control, device security. And device specifications. Device type is TryHackMe. Processor, which is Axion 2.50 gigahertz. We have 4 GB of RAM installed in that PC, and you can see system type is 64-bit. So now let's go back, and if we continue the airport analogy, File Explorer acts as the directory on floor map of the terminal, helping you navigate between different areas and locate what you need. You can now open the TryHackMe onboarding folder on the desktop. Alternatively, you can use the File Explorer application, which is pinned to the taskbar, or use the Start menu to locate the folder. So, what we have to do is, so our first point is open the TryHackMe onboarding folder on your desktop. So, let's quickly do that. So if we go to my desktop, we have this folder which is TryHackMe onboarding. Let me open it. And what we have to do next, this opens the folder in the Windows File Explorer. Okay, we see that options for viewing, sharing, and editing folders and files. Clicking the folder name will show us the full path of the chosen folder. Okay, so this is the path we can see. If we click on the search bar, you can see the full path of this folder, which is C user administrator desktop, and then the TryHackMe and onboarding. So we saw that. Now let's, the fifth point is this displayed content of our chosen folder. Okay, we saw that. We can use the File Explorer's built-in search function to search our folder. So this is the search bar where the 6 is setting. Okay, so now we have to answer some of the questions. Please ensure the lab machine is open in the split view screen. We have that. Then take a look at the computer's desktop. After opening About Your PC, navigate to the device specification section. What is the device name specified? And that was TryHackMe. We saw that earlier. Next question is, continue looking through the device specifications. How much RAM is installed on your new work PC? That is 4.00 GB. Okay, that's correct. Now scroll down to the Windows specification section. Which version of Windows Server 2019 data center is installed? That we have to see. Let me go to the About PC and scroll down, and this is the version that is 1809. So 1809, and that's correct. Explore the TryHackMe onboarding folder located on your computer's desktop. What is the flag value found within welcome.txt? So if we go to my desktop and go to the TryHackMe onboarding, and here is the welcome.txt. Let me double click here, and we got our flag. So let me quickly copy it and paste it here. And if you want to see the content of this file using your terminal, not terminal, in the Windows we have CMD. So let me show you how you can do that. So if I press search button and type PowerShell, POWE or PowerShell, and press enter. So from here, let me list the files of the current directory by using dir command. And you can see we have desktop where our flag is located, and documents downloads everything. So let me cd to the desktop and press enter, and I will type again dir to see the contents of the current directory. And here you can see we have that folder where we can find our welcome.txt file, which is TryHackMe onboarding. So let's quickly go to that folder, TryHackMe onboarding, and press enter. Let's again fire that command, which is dir, and here you can see welcome.txt. And if you want to cat out the text or see the text inside a text file using a Windows environment, what you have to type is type. So if you press type and the name of the file, which is welcome.txt, and press enter, you can see that we can find the same information using Windows CLI. So this is how you can do that using PowerShell or CMD. Now let's go to our third task, which is configuring and securing Windows. So we have to do something with the security of the window. Now, applications are the programs and tools you use to perform tasks on your computer. From browsing the web and editing photos to managing settings on your PC. We already discussed a few of the built-in applications Windows provides, but knowing how to install, update, and remove application is a core skill for every Windows use. Let's briefly revisit the airport analogy to gain a better understanding of this concept. Updating your OS or applications is like changing flights or reserving a seat. Installing a new app is comparable to scheduling a new flight, and removing app is like canceling a booking you no longer need. These three processes enables you to make the necessary changes to your system, ensuring you have exactly what you need and that your system remains secure. Updating your applications. Keeping your operating system and applications up to date is an important part of maintaining a secure and stable system. Updates will often include security patches, performance updates, and bug fixes. Windows updates. Windows includes a built-in update tool called Windows Update, which keeps the OS and some native applications and security features up to date. Windows Update can be accessed through the Settings app and may install updates automatically, depending on your configuration. So, if we go to check for updates, we will see what are the pending updates that we have to done as quickly as possible. So, updating applications. Application updates work differently depending on how the software is installed. Built-in applications may update automatically in the background. Third-party applications often include their own update mechanisms. Some applications will prompt you to update on launch. Some requires you to check for updates or download a new installer manually.